Okie dokie. I believe this is now working. Hello, everyone. How's it going? Azren, the language nerd here. Hope you're doing very, very well. This is the official first lesson for this French course that I am making. A couple of things right at the top of this course, right at the beginning, that I want to mention. First of all, if you have not seen the introduction video for this course, you can do so by going into the description of this video. I have put a link in the description for the introduction video that I made. Please watch that one first. We covered a few different expectations for the class format, the homework, how things are going to roll out. And we also started a couple of different basic phrases, things like that, in that particular video. Point number 2, for people watching this video, in the description of the video as well, you are going to find the notes file. Please open that note file. We are going to be using it throughout this video, and you are going to need it to see all the visual aids and all of the different things that we cover. One of the things that I'm trying to problem solve, and I've been actually struggling to figure it out, is I'd like to be able to find a way where I am able to share my screen on these videos. There are options where I could only show my desktop, but you can't see me. And there's options like this where you can only see me, but you can't see my screen and you can't see my desktop and what I'm doing. Neither of which is ideal. I'm trying to find a way to be able to get both options in one, and I haven't quite been able to figure it out yet. Hopefully I can figure it out soon, but for the time being, the way we're going to do this is you'll have the Google Doc notes file open in one place, you'll have the video playing as well, and you'll kind of be watching both screens. So with that aside, let's dive right in. We're going to do a little bit of a recap of last time to kick things off. So we're going to review some of the things that we've already seen. The way we're going to do this is I'm going to say something in French. I want you to think about it and think about what it means. Okay? So I'm going to say something and you think about what it means. Okay? So the first one, nice and easy. Bonjour. 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 What is bonjour? Bonjour is hello. I've got a little blackboard today, actually, that we're going to use quite a bit. So hello, Micarla in the chat. Hello, watching this live. So we have bonjour. I will write it on this blackboard. Bonjour. Bonjour is spelled like this. It means hello. Okay, so we've done bonjour. All right, let's do another one here. We have bonjour. Let's do salut. Salut. What is salut? I'll write it on this one here on my blackboard. Salut. Oops, that's not very neat. Salut. Salut is another word for hi, right? But this one is more casual. This one's like, hello, hey, salut. It's definitely more informal. Salut has a second meaning. Who remembers the second meaning of salut? Either way, I see some people hopping on the stream, watching it live. Hello. Happy to see you here. Some quick instructions for people who are hopping on live. Number 1, in the description of this video, you are going to see a Google Doc link. Please open that link. We are going to be using it for this class and the whole course, really. And instruction number 2, I'm going to tell you exactly when to go into the Google Doc, and I'm going to tell you exactly when to look at the screen, because we're going to use this Blackboard as well as the Google Doc today. Okay? Actually, instruction number 3, if you don't have a pen and paper or something to write with, I would highly recommend everybody has somewhere like a dedicated notebook, whether digital or physical, where they're writing all their notes from this class and throughout the rest of this whole French course. Okay? So we're just doing a review of last time. So salut is hey. It's like a casual hello. Salut can also be a casual goodbye. Okay? So if you're seeing like a friend and you want to say goodbye, you can also say salut. That is also very, very common and very acceptable. What is another word for bye? there's another word for goodbye that we learned in the last class. Who remembers what it is? I'll give you 7 seconds to think about it very quickly. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do you remember? I'll write it for you here. Au, it's 2 words. First word is au. Second word is revoir. Au revoir. Au revoir. Au revoir. Both of these are very common ways to say this is, excuse me, this is a very common way to say goodbye in French. Au revoir. Super common. I see some more people hopping on the live. Hello, hello. Please go into the description of this video below. You are going to see a Google Doc link. You are going to want to keep that open on your computer while you are watching this. All right. So we also have, I'm going to ask you a question this time. We learned this question last time. Okay. I'm going to ask you something and I would like you to respond, even though I can't really hear you. Okay. But I'd like you to respond anyway to your computer screen to the best of your ability. Okay. Ready? Comment t'appelles-tu? Comment t'appelles-tu? Comment t'appelles-tu? I'll write it on my blackboard while you guys think about it. Comment t'appelles-tu? Oops, I misspelled that. Comment t'appelles-tu? Comment t'appelles-tu? What does that mean? And how do you answer? Right? Comment t'appelles-tu? Here it is. Comment t'appelles-tu? Comment t'appelles-tu means, what's your name? What is your name? And how do you reply? You say, je m'appelle, and your name. Je m'appelle, and your name. So if your name is Azren, like me, je m'appelle Azren. If your name is Sarah, je m'appelle Sarah. Tessa, I see you in the chat. Au revoir is 2 words. I've seen you type that in. It is actually 2 words, not 1 word. So they are separate. Au revoir. All right. So let's continue some review. We learned some very, very common things that we would say. We learned how to say I like, I have, I can. And we also learned how to say you like, you have, and you can. How do we say those? Let's recap. So if I have something, what do we say? I'll write it here. I have is j'ai. 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 So for example, j'ai un stylo. J'ai un stylo. I have a pen. It's not really a pen, but it's basically a pen, right? What if I want to say you have a pen? Do you remember from last time? Think about it. You have, right here, tu as. Tu as. So for example, you have a pen. Tu as un stylo. I'll write un stylo so you can see it. Man, I should have used this blackboard last time. I really like having this in the video. It's super useful. It's actually equally useful as the Google Doc link. Un stylo is a pen. Right here. Un stylo, a pen. Okay? Un stylo, so j'ai un stylo, I have a pen. Tu as un stylo. Right? Okay. Let's continue our recap of last time. Last time we also learned I like and you like. How do we say that? Right? So I like, if you remember, is j'aime. J'aime, like this. Oops. J'aime. Very good, Harry. I see you in the live chat. Very, very good. J'aime. J'aime. For example, I don't know why I like this pen so much, but j'aime mon stylo, for example. J'aime mon stylo. J'aime mon stylo. I like my pen. It's actually a pencil, but it doesn't work as a pencil anymore. This is like a style. So this used to be a pencil that coincidentally works really, really well on this little blackboard thingy, right? It works really, really well on it. Actually, you can write with anything. It's like a little thing that works with any hard surface. Because I lost the actual stylus for this. So this used to be a pencil. I've now used it so much that the tip of this pencil is so like bent and destroyed that it doesn't work as a pencil anymore. It only works as a stylus. So it used to be a pencil, now it's a stylus. Okay, so we have j'aime. We also learned you like. How do we say you like? I think Harry jumped the gun in the chat. He's already said tu aimes. Tu aimes. Tu aimes. Right? Tu aimes. Like this. Tu aimes. Now, a lot of people really struggle with this U. I'll underline it. This U sound in you right here. A lot of people really struggle with it. Obviously, I can't hear you guys when you're watching this video, but I cannot stress this enough. The number one thing that you can do while you're watching these videos, the biggest thing that you'll do that'll help you learn is if you actually message me for feedback. So I want to give a big shout out to Tessa. Tessa, who's been using that a lot, who's been messaging me, has been sending me homework. She's been doing it. She's been sending voice recordings. So the way to send voice recordings, so far, what we found, I've been realizing this now as we're doing the class, the easiest way is probably Instagram and potentially Snapchat. In fact, I think someone's even sent me a Snapchat message already with their homework. Let me have a quick look. If someone has, we can do a quick test. Yes, perfect. Snapchat, you can send an audio message. Right, so here's someone sent it. So Snapchat is a good one to do, or Instagram. Those are your two best places. I'll write my username on here in case you don't have it. I think everyone must know it by now. Oopsies. My username on both Snapchat and Instagram is Polyglot Azren, like this, okay? So the best thing you can do is add me. This is an @ sign right here, at Polyglot Azren. If you don't use those apps, download it just for this course, literally, and add me only and just use it for the class. Funnily enough, Tessa's doing homework while the class is going. That's funny. So Polyglot Azren, send me voice messages of you saying things so I can give you the feedback of, oh, that's right, oh, that's wrong, oh, that's right, oh, that's wrong. Maybe try something like this, right? So for example, Tessa's just sent me one saying, Je m'appelle Tessa, comment t'appelles-tu? That's good, correct?
Tu aimes or tu aimes?
So Tessa's asked a question for the class.
Tu.
So if you guys listen, I'll even play the question so you can hear it. She's got a very relevant question to what we're doing on how do you pronounce tu aimes. Listen to her question.
Tu aimes or tu aimes? Tu.
Okay, so she's asked about the pronunciation of that first word. It is tu aimes. Tu aimes. I'll send it as a voice message right back to Tessa so you have it. Tu aimes. Tu. There we go. So if you guys want to literally have Snapchat or Instagram open right now and send me stuff during the class, we can make this into a very live class where people can really send me your voice stuff while the class goes. I'm super fine with that. I've got my phone right here. Instagram, Snapchat, those are the best places. Okay? So let's continue and obviously most of you are watching this recorded, but still, hopefully this is still a good review and everything. Okay, let's keep this going. We also did I can and you can. Let's review those. I can. Je peux. We have you can. Tu peux. Okay. I can. Oops, it's gonna fall over. Okay. I can. Je peux. You can. Tu peux. Je peux. Tu peux. Okay. Great. Any other review we got to do, or is that enough review of last time? Let me see here. Yes, we also learned a couple. Well, we learned one last thing last time, one last major thing, which is more of a basic phrase, which is bonsoir, bonsoir, bonsoir. I'll write it here, syllable by syllable. Bon soir, bonsoir, like this, right? Bonsoir, first syllable. Bon. I'll say it again. Bon soir. So one thing we talked about yesterday was a pronunciation point as well. This on here is pronounced un. If you don't remember how that works, you got to pretend you're British. If you are British, fantastic. You got to say an O as if you're British, as in the word shop. But if you're British, you say something closer to shop, like an O. And then you got to make it nasal. You got to plug in your nose and make it nasal, right? So we got O. Makes my nose all yucky and snotty and everything. Right? So it's O, but make it very nasal. Your mouth is very closed. It's really far back in your mouth. Anyone wants feedback on it? While live people who are watching, if you want feedback on it, even if it's not live, you're watching the recording, send it to me when you get to this point. Pretend it's live. Do it as you're going through the class. Send me that Send me an sound. I will correct it for you. Okay, let me see if anyone sent any voice clips. Someone did, but she's a private student of mine. I'll look at that later. Okay. We also talked about the letter R yesterday. R's in French are different, right, than in English. R's are not R in French. They are R or this one's more of a bonsoir. Okay. So what you're doing, literally, actually, I have water today, so I can demonstrate how to do a French R. French R, I'll demonstrate it here. Literally, it's the same thing as gargling water. So if we take this water, that, what you're doing in your throat of going to make sure you don't choke on water when you go like this, that is a French R. I know it sounds so funny, but that's literally what you're doing. So it's bonsoir, bonsoir. Definitely something I'd recommend you guys practice. And again, voice messages all day long. Instagram or Snapchat, those are kind of the two best places as I'm recording this, at Polyglot Azren. And yeah, okay. So we also did a couple of random words yesterday, or in the last video rather. We did the verb to swim. Does anyone remember that verb? How to say swim? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about it. And you remember how to say swim? Yep, nager, nager, nager. We also learned the word for house. How to say a house. Anyone remember that one? Une maison. Une maison. Une maison. Nager. 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 This one, une. We have an U sound, like in the word tu. Une maison. 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 Okay. Harry Travels asked in the live chat, how do you say gargle water in French? That's a great question. Let me look it up. It's probably something like gargariser, or I don't know. I have no idea. Comment gargariser la gorge? Actually, that might have been right. Ooh, I don't know if that's right. Oh yeah, that might be right. Comment faire un gargarisme maison? Comment se gargarer la gorge avec du sel? What website is this? Yeah, this looks actually like it is. Boisson chaude et gargarisme contre les maux de gorge. Truc de grand-mère contre la marque de gorge. Comment faire un gargarisme? Okay, yeah, I think I found it. So, comment, let me just double check here. Se gargariser la gorge. Yep, I got it. I'll write it for you here. So the word to gargle in French, it's two words. Gargariser. I learned a new word along with you guys. We all learned something new. Se gargariser. Gargariser literally sounds like the sound gargling that's what's happening in your throat. Like, it's a great word. Like when you're going, it kind of sounds like like se gargariser. Se gargariser. Se gargariser. I'll point out a small pronunciation point. This is worth writing down in your notes. I'll make a box around it here. Anything that ends in an ER in French, like here, anything in ER that has an ER ending is pronounced E, right? So gargariser. We also saw earlier, nager, right? Swim. Notice again, ER at the end, nager, right? Se gargariser, ER at the end, nager, ER at the end. So that ER at the end is E. Okay, we've done a good review. Let's jump into some new topics and some new things. So at this point in time, I am going to ask everybody to open the Google Doc. Make sure you have it in front of you. There's going to be a lot of stuff that we're going through in that Google Doc, and you're going to want to make sure that you have it open. Again, you can find the link to the Google Doc in the video link below. From time to time, I am still going to write on this Blackboard. We are still going to write certain things on there. But let's say I'm primarily going to be in the Google Doc for the next portion of this lesson. Okay. What's the date today, guys? Today is the November 5th, I believe. Yes, November 5th. Okay, so you'll see in the Google Doc, November 5th, 2019. You'll see that at the top. Okay, that's where we are in this video. So what we're going to cover off here is we are going to cover off, we're going to cover off and continue rather where we left off yesterday with some more basic phrases and very, very important things that you need to know in French. Okay. I see some people hopping into the Google Doc, which is great. Hello, hello. So on the live viewers, the people who are watching this live here. Okay. So we did a whole bunch of basic phrases yesterday. We're going to continue. So the first one we're going to do is I am and you are. So you're going to see those in basic phrases continued. I am and you are. Okay. I am is je suis. Je suis. I'll say it a couple times, right? Je suis. Je suis. You are is tu es. Tu es. Tu es. As a little bit of a recap, we mentioned this in the previous video. In the previous video, this was mentioned. French does have two separate words for you. They have two words, one of which is used with your friends and people you know. The other one is used with strangers or with people that you want to show an extra level of respect. So everything we're doing for now, and as I said, we are going to get to a more formal later, but for now, we're going to stick with a lot of the informal register, a lot of the informal ways of saying you and the informal things. And then we'll get to the formal very, very quickly. We will get there within probably a couple of videos. But for now, we're just going to stick with tu. We're not going to really worry about the other word for you for now. Okay, so just maybe save it in the back of your mind that there is another word for you that is more proper, more formal, used with strangers. But as I said, for now, we're going to stick with tu. Okay, so je suis and tu es. Je suis, tu es. Okay. So let's make a list here. Everybody look back to the screen, step away from the Google Doc for a moment. Let's brainstorm a list. What are a couple of things that that you can be? What can you be? Okay. So for example, I'm going to write a couple on the blackboard. Je suis Canadien, for example. Canadien. Je suis Canadien. Je suis Canadien. I'll point out a small pronunciation point here. Canadien. Okay. These last three letters in Canadien, okay, they are pronounced yen. 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 Okay. It's not yen. It's not yon. It's yen. Yen, 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 yen. So it's kind of like two syllables blended together. It's like if you had a y and a How do you write in English letters? I have no idea. Who knows? I'm going to write like a little, maybe I'll write it in the International Phonetic Alphabet. I'm like 90% sure. Oops. It's written, oh my God, I can't write very neatly today, can I? Hang on. Let's do this differently. I'm not writing very neatly today. Okay. This yen, I'm going to make a little arrow. Very messy arrow, but that's okay. There we go. Okay. This yen is a combination of two different sounds. Y, as in the letter Y in English, yi, and I think this is how you write it in the International Phonetic Alphabet. I don't remember, but I think so. If it's not, well, we made something up and whatever. Yen. This is yi, this is If you're trying to say it's like you're trying to say the word, it's very similar to saying something like, it's like saying the word ash, like ash, like ASH. It's like trying to say the word ash, right? The in ash, but then you plug your nose and it's very nasal. So yen. Again, send me voice messages on Instagram, Snapchat. I will correct your pronunciation. So je suis Canadien. I'm Canadian. Okay. I'm going to make sure this is in the Google Doc as well, so you can see, so you guys can see that. Right. So je suis Canadien. Right. Or as we see in the live chat here, happy. Right. Harry says happy. I am happy. You can say. Everyone, make sure you're looking at the screen here, not at the Google Doc right now. Je suis. There's two words you have for happy in French. One looks like English, the other one doesn't. Je suis heureux. This one is heureux. Je suis heureux. Heureux. Heureux is one word for happy. Kind of difficult to pronounce. Another word means the same thing as content. 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 Notice again, we have an on right here. This sound, that on, similar to the word bonjour, similar to that word bonjour, right? So content. I'll point out this final T, this ENT right here is pronounced on. So content. Je suis content. Okay. Right. I will point out, actually, let's not point that out right now. Actually, yes, let's point it out right now. If you are a girl, if you are a female, there's a slight difference in pronunciation for these. So for example, if you want to say I'm happy, right? You would say je suis contente. Contente. Je suis contente. Contente. Or if we're gonna do the word, the other word for happy, heureuse. Heureuse. So notice we have an extra. If you're writing notes during this video, look at your notes or look at the Google Doc if you want to. Okay. You'll notice there's an extra E at the end. So if you're a girl, je suis contente. If you're a girl, je suis heureuse. If you're a guy, je suis content. No E. Je suis heureux. And you'll just have an X here and not an SE. Heureux. Je suis content, just for a guy. Je suis contente for a guy, for a girl. Je suis heureux for a guy. Je suis heureuse for a girl. Okay. I'll make sure that's also there in the Google Doc for reference. Je suis heureuse. Okay. Je suis contente. Je suis heureuse. Perfect. Okie dokie. Let me have a look at the live chat. If people have any questions, please say heureux again so that you know I'm saying it right. Yes, I'll say it a couple times. Heureux. 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 Again, hit me up, message me, send me your pronunciations on Instagram, Snapchat, voice messages, and I will help you with that. I'll make sure you're saying it correctly. Okay. Alrighty. Let's keep going with some basic phrases. Okay. So next one, I'm in the Google Doc now. I'm going to go through the next what do you call it? Next phrase here. Excuse me. The next phrase. We're going to say, d'où viens-tu? D'où viens-tu? D'où? I'll say it a few times. D'où viens-tu? D'où viens-tu? Which means, where are you from? Like, what country are you from? D'où viens-tu? So you'll see the next thing on the Google Doc there. D'où viens-tu? If we look at those words on the Google Doc and we look at them each individual, by the way, if you don't know what the Google Doc is, I see some people have hopped on. Link in the video description below of this YouTube video here. So I see some people that have hopped in. So d'où viens-tu? The first word, d'où, is a combination of de, as in the word de, like spelled de, which means from, and où, which means where. So from where, viens means come, tu means you. So I'll make sure that's written in there so you guys can see. So d'où viens-tu means from where come you? Where are you from? D'où viens-tu? And your response would be, stick in the Google Doc, if you look one line down, I am from whatever country you're from. Je viens de, and whatever country. Je viens de blah, 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 blah. Je viens de whatever country. Okay, I'll say them a couple times. D'où viens-tu? D'où viens-tu? Je viens de wherever. Je viens de. Je viens de. whatever. Okay, d'où viens-tu? Je viens de blah, 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 blah. Okay. We're going to take a quick pause here. I see my phone lighting up. I think there's people that are sending me messages here. Yes, here we go. Okay, let's listen. Oh, there's a lot of messages here.
Bonsoir. Bonsoir.
There's two people there, and in the same, must be watching the video together.
Bonsoir. Bonsoir.
Okay, so if you guys listen, I want you to listen. You're going to hear a small pronunciation error. Okay, listen closely.
Bonsoir. Bonsoir.
I hope you can hear it clearly. So in bonsoir, be careful not to pronounce the N in bon, right? So if you'll notice, Sham said bon soir. He pronounced this N. We do not pronounce the N. It is bon soir. The N is not pronounced.
Gargarisé. C'est gargarisé.
Gargarisé, très bien, very good.
Suis. Tu es. Je suis. Tu es.
Je suis, tu es, correct.
Je suis canadien. Je suis canadien.
Okay. Je suis canadien is correct. Careful, you would say je suis canadienne for je suis canadienne for Tessa since you're a girl. Je suis canadienne, not canadien.
Je suis canadien. Je suis content. Je suis heureuse.
Oops.
Je suis content. Je suis heureuse.
Very good.
Je suis heureux. Je suis heureuse.
Correct.
D'où viens-tu?
Correct.
Je viens de Canada.
Correct.
D'où viens-tu?
D'où viens-tu?
Je viens au Canada aussi.
Oh, très bien. Okay, good stuff. We're not going to spend the whole class on people's homework during the class, but well, every now and then I will periodically check. Okay, beautiful. Let's keep going. We didn't do last time, but we'll do it today. Asking someone, how are you? Okay, how are you? So in the Google Doc, we'll type this in. How are you? The easiest way, there's actually quite a few ways to say like how are you, but I'll give you one that is very universal that you can use all the time, no matter how formal the situation, no matter how informal, it'll work all the time, right? Which is the first one in the Google Doc here, which is comment ça va? Comment ça va? Okay, comment ça va? It's a pretty universal way to say it. More casually and probably even more common when you're among friends and everything is if you literally just said ça va, ça va, ça va, ça va. Okay, comment ça va? Universal, formal, informal, whatever. Ça va? Definitely way more just with friends, people you know, things like that. So for example, if you're greeting someone in French, you want to be like, hey, how's it going? And it's someone you know, you could literally say, salut, ça va? Salut, ça va? Salut, we've covered a million times. Hey, right? Ça va? How are you doing? Salut, ça va? I could also say, salut, comment ça va? Salut, comment ça va? That also just fine. Okay? Let's keep going with some more vocabulary. How would you answer? How are you? Comment ça va? You would say, most of the time, the easiest way you can probably answer, the simplest thing you can say is ça va bien. Ça va bien. Okay, which is like saying, I'm doing well. It's going well. Right? It's going well. Ça va bien. Ça va bien. So if I say salut, ça va, you can also say ça va bien, or you can just say oui, ça va. Okay, so ça va bien is more of a response to comment ça va. So if somebody says, hey, comment ça va? You would say ça va bien. Okay. Then oui, ça va is more of a response to if someone said ça va. Does that make sense? I hope that made sense. Hope it did anyway. So I'll do a bit of a demo. I'll be two people at the same time. One will be a person without a hat. One will be a person with a hat. So I'm person one with a hat. Hey, salut, ça va? Oui, ça va. Okay. Scenario 2, person with a hat says, salut, comment ça va? Ça va bien. So person 2 says, ça va bien. So slightly different reply depending on what someone says to you. Yeah, slightly different reply. Okay, let me quickly check the live chat to see if there's any questions. Nope, no questions. Fantastic. Okay. Usually when you have replied to say it's going well, you are going to respond and say, and you? Like, how are you? Like in English, someone says, hey, how's it going? You say, good. And you? If you want to say, and you would say, et toi? Et toi? Et toi? So for example, someone says, salut Azren, ça va? I would say, oui, ça va, et toi? Yeah, it's going well. How about you? Okay. And then they're probably going to say, oui, ça va, or oui, ça va bien, or, you know, it's probably what they're going to say in reply. All right. Let's go through a couple of just very, very simple things you would need when you're traveling. So yes and no. I think everyone probably knows yes and no by now, but just in case. Yes is oui. No is non. So yes is oui. No is non. Non. A little bit, not super difficult to pronounce, but a little bit difficult to pronounce. So yes is oui. No is non. Okay. If you want to say thank you, I think we covered thank you last time. Not actually, did we cover it last time? I don't remember, but we'll do it again just in case. Thank you. Merci. 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 So the first syllable, the MER, is pronounced mer. The CI is pronounced si. Merci. If you want to reply to thank you and you want to say, like, you're welcome, you would say de rien. De rien. De rien. So I'd say merci, you say de rien. A little bit difficult to pronounce, but that is the thing. Rien. De rien. It really is muscle training. It's like training your mouth to say everything, properly, I suppose. Okay. A couple other things you would need if you're traveling or if you're like really just need to survive, things like that. If you want to say something like I don't understand, right? Je ne comprends pas. Je ne comprends pas. Je ne comprends pas. Je ne comprends pas. Okay. Kind of a basic survival sort of phrase. Je ne comprends pas. Okay. Another survival phrase you might need is I don't speak French. Right? Je ne parle pas français. Je ne parle pas français. So for everyone watching, both live and recorded, just keep your eye on the Google Doc for now. Google Doc's the place to be. Je ne parle pas français. Okay. I'll break that down word per word. Je, everybody knows je. Je is I, right? Je. Ne, in both je ne comprends pas and in je ne parle pas français, ne doesn't really have a direct translation. So let's kind of skip that over for now. Let's not look at that, but it's basically used anytime you have a sentence with like don't or any kind of negative sentence, don't, can't, won't, will not, something not, you're always going to have this ne. It's always going to be there. A fun little cultural note, to talk about in French. In French, when you're speaking, especially in informal situations, it is extremely common, very common, to omit, to ignore the ne. It is very common to not say it at all. So when you look in the Google Doc, you're going to see that the ne is actually in brackets. You'll notice it's in brackets. The reason it's in brackets is because when we speak in casual situations, we don't say je ne comprends pas, je ne parle pas français. But in casual conversations, we would actually say je comprends pas or je parle pas français. It is super duper common in casual situations. So you'll notice the ne is in brackets there on purpose, just so that you know that, yes, technically speaking, we are required to say ne and to write ne. However, you will hear like every native French speaker speaking in casual conversations that do not say ne, and they let it drop. They drop that ne. Okay. I'll say it for this video so you can just hear that. I'll say it both ways even so you can hear it. So je ne comprends pas or je comprends pas. Je ne parle pas français or je parle pas français. Both are fine. Continuing on with both of these sentences, after the ne, we have the word comprend. So if we're looking at the I don't understand, comprend is understand. And parle in I don't speak French, parle is speak. Okay, comprend is understand, parle is speak. And then pas, again, pas doesn't really have a direct translation to English. It's really difficult to break that down to say here's what it means. Really difficult. But basically, anytime you use the word ne, in fact, everyone look back to the screen here. If you're in the Google Doc, please stop looking at the Google Doc and look back at the video screen. I'm going to go back to the Blackboard. Okay, let me give you some examples here so I can explain this. This will be easier on a Blackboard than Google Doc. Okay, so we have our two sentences. Je ne comprends pas, the first one. Je ne comprends pas. Je ne parle pas français. In every single sentence in French where you have, well, okay, 90% of sentences in French where you have a ne, it's always going to be followed by a pas. Typically, it's going to be one word away. So je ne, word, pas, is a very, very common construction in French. So ne and pas by itself don't mean anything, but the second you have them together in a sentence, it's kind of like saying not, N-O-T. So let's give you one more example and a basic phrase. Keep looking at the screen here, not at the Google Doc. So if I give you, for example, je ne sais pas. Je ne sais pas. Okay, here it is. Je ne sais pas. Translates to I don't know. So je is I. Ne pas is like not. Sais is to know, like if you don't know something. So je ne sais pas, I don't know. Okay, I'll make sure, keep looking at the screen here, but I'll make sure that is written in the Google Doc. I'll make sure that's in there. Okay, je ne sais pas. Again, while we're looking at the screen here, I'm looking at the Blackboard. This ne right here that I'm circling, oops, but I circled poorly, but the ne when we speak is very common to be dropped and for people to not pronounce it. Okay, je ne sais pas or je sais pas. Ouais, je sais pas. You'll even hear people squish the je and the sais. They'll squish it together a little bit more than even I did. And they might even say je sais pas, like shay, like like the name, I suppose. Shay, is that a name? Shay, like in Shayna, like Shay. Je sais pas. People will often say je sais pas for I don't know, right? Well, je sais pas. Super common. Okie dokie. Let's keep going. Gonna grab a sip of water here. Okay, got some water. Good. So we've done quite a few of these basic phrases. Let's take a little bit of a pause to do some listening practice here, some listening comprehension. Hello, some new people who hopped into the YouTube live video here. You've popped in right at the listening comprehension time. I'm just going to say some words. I'm going to say a couple little very, very short words, maybe a couple of different small sentences, maybe, probably just words for now. I want to see if you can understand. Okay, so here we go. If I say, for example, merci, 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 merci. What does merci mean? Merci is thank you. Merci. You can also say merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup, which means like, I'll write it on the blackboard here. Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup means thanks a lot, right? Thanks a lot. Beaucoup means lots. Okay? Merci beaucoup. I'm going to make sure that's also typed into the Google Doc here. Merci beaucoup. Perfect. It's in our Google Doc as well. Let's do an easy one. Non. 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 Right? Non. I'll write it on the blackboard. Non. Non means no. And the opposite, oui. 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 Okay, let's do another one. Je suis content. 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 Written like this. Je suis content. I'm happy. Right? Je suis content. Je suis content. Let's do another one here. Okay. This is not true, but we can say it anyway. And I'll say it slowly the first time, and then I'll say it I'll say it quickly the first couple times, then I'll say it slowly, then I'll say it fast at a kind of a normal speed again. Je parle pas français. Actually, I'll say it one more time. Je parle pas français. 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 Okay? This means I don't speak French. Right? Je parle pas français. Je parle pas français. Now, of course, in this little gap right here, we technically should put the word ne. Je ne parle pas français. Excuse me. That gap, that ne should be there. But as I said before, it is very common for people to omit the ne and to not pronounce it all together. Right? So, je ne parle pas français could become je parle pas français. Okay? I'm going to ask you some questions. Okay? And I want you to listen, try and understand, and I want you to try responding. Okay? First one. Comment t'appelles-tu? Comment t'appelles-tu? Comment t'appelles-tu? Just typing something not in the Google Doc. I'm typing something completely different. Comment t'appelles-tu? Okay. And you would say, je m'appelle, and your name. Je m'appelle, and your name, right? Je m'appelle, and of course your name, right? Je m'appelle, and your name. Okay? Comment t'appelles-tu? Je m'appelle, blah, 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 blah. Okay? I'll ask you a different question. D'où viens-tu? D'où viens-tu? D'où viens-tu? D'où viens-tu? Okay, what am I asking you? Think about it. I'll give you 7 seconds here. Okay, so d'où viens-tu is where are you from? Right? Where are you from? You would say je viens de, je viens de, je viens de, wherever the heck you're from. Right? Je viens de, wherever you're from. Okay, fantastic. Fantastic. Let's keep going here. What other listening comp can we do? If I say merci, someone goes, oh, merci beaucoup. What would you say? Merci beaucoup. You do me a big favor. You're like, I don't know, you give me $100 because I needed $100 for something. And I'm like, oh, merci beaucoup, merci, oh, merci, whatever your name is. Merci, monsieur, merci, madame, merci, whatever. You would say, de rien. Right? De rien. Right? De rien. De rien. Fantastic. What other listening comp can we do? Oh, I got one for you. If I say, for example, I'm going to give you one new word. Okay, new word. I'll write it on the blackboard here. Actually, let's not do that one. Let's do this one here. You kind of already know this word, but not really. I mean, you've seen it in a different sense. Parler. 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 Parler is speak or talk. Speak or talk. It can be both of them. Parler. Okay, so this word, we've seen parle without the R, right? Also, remember, we talked about this earlier. We've said this a couple times, but I'll repeat it. Anything that ends in an ER, that ER is pronounced as, think about it, how do we say it? Et. Parler. Okay? We've seen parle without the R, so parle, as in je ne parle pas français. I don't speak French, right? Je ne parle pas français, right? But we haven't seen parler in this form. So you're going to need this word. I'm going to say it in the next sentence. Je peux parler français. Je peux parler français. Je peux parler français. I'm not typing anything in the Google Doc. Don't worry, I'm just checking. Not checking, just doing something quickly. Je peux parler français. Okay, je peux parler français. What did I say? I can speak French. Let me write that one down. Je peux parler français. Okay. So this one we saw, this is going back to the last video, so it's going back quite a bit, but je, we know. I. Peux is what? Can, right? Je peux parler, we just saw a second ago, speak. Je peux parler français is French. Je peux parler français. Français. Je peux parler français. Okay, I'm going to say similar one. Ready? Listen closely. Similar. I'll write it first, actually. Okay, I'm going to say it. Tu, I'm just one of you, I'm pointing at you. Tu peux parler anglais. 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 What does that mean? Let me show you. Tu peux parler anglais. We know tu. We've seen it a million times. You. We know peut. We saw it up here. What is peut? Can. We know parler. We've seen it up here. Right? Speak. You can speak. Anglais is English. Anglais. Tu peux parler anglais. You can speak English. Hopefully. I mean, if you're watching this video and if you're already on, this would now be almost approaching 2 hours throughout this course. So, I mean, hopefully you speak English and you're not just like, what the heck is happening? Oh my God, this is so bizarre. Azren is making funny sounds with his mouth. Hopefully it's not happening. Yeah, tu peux parler anglais. Okay, I'm going to do one. I'm not even going to write it down. This is testing your memory. J'ai un stylo. Oh, you'll never ever say that, hopefully, but it's such a strange sentence. But j'ai un stylo. J'ai un stylo. J'ai. Maybe I will write it down. J'ai un stylo. You know what's funny? I actually don't need to figure out a screen sharing software. If I can have this Blackboard every time, that's going to solve any screen sharing issues. I'll never need to do it. I'll just direct you when to look at the Google Doc, when to look at the screen. J'ai un stylo. Okay. What's j'ai? J'ai, I have. Un, like a cow, a blah, blah, blah. Stylo. My handy dandy pen. J'ai un stylo. J'ai un stylo. J'ai un stylo. As a reminder to people watching, I highly recommend you send me voice messages of you saying different things so I can give you the corrections. J'ai un stylo. J'ai un stylo. Right? Tessa says, j'ai un stylo de Canada. What does that mean? Let's do that one. Tessa's written in the live chat. Let's do that. J'ai un stylo de Canada. Very good. She's combining words that we've learned before and making new sentences. J'ai un stylo de Canada. I'll give you guys 7 seconds, 10 seconds to think about it. J'ai un stylo de Canada. J'ai un stylo de Canada. So let's write it on here as well. J'ai un stylo, we've seen. J'ai un stylo de Canada. J'ai un stylo de Canada. So we know j'ai. I have. We know un stylo. We just saw it a moment ago. A pen. We know de, but we did de a long time ago. Maybe you don't know. De is from. From can also be of, but in this case means from. I have a pen from Canada. J'ai un stylo de Canada. Très bien. What is très bien? Très bien means very, very good. Very good. Très bien. Tu as, let's do another one. Tu as un ordinateur. Tu as, actually, is that feminine or masculine? Wait, I gotta check some French grammar point quickly. Is it feminine or masculine? Masculine, good. Okay. Tu as un ordinateur. Tu as un ordinateur. Ordinateur is a new word for you, but I'll write it down. Tu as un ordinateur. There we go. Just fit it in. Tu as un ordinateur. You have a computer. Tu as un ordinateur. Tu as un ordinateur. I'll say it a couple times. Tu as un ordinateur. Some of you, if you're listening closely, might be feeling like there's an N at the beginning of this word. There is, in kind of, because in French, we will often connect words to each other. It will often happen, especially with like N's. This N connects over to that O. So if you listen closely, tu as un ordinateur. Tu as un ordinateur. Tu as un ordinateur. I'll give you a similar example so you can just see that in action. Tu as let's do hopefully you probably don't, but let's do it anyway. Tu as un avion. So this N connects to the A. Tu as un avion. Un avion means airplane. In an airplane. Tu as un avion. So this will happen between. We'll build on this slowly. For now, just remember the following. For now, remember the following rule. Anytime you see the word un means like a cow, a person, this, blah, blah, blah. Anytime you see the word and the next word starts with a vowel, an A, an E, an I, an O, or a U, you're going to connect that N all the way over to the vowel. Un ordinateur, ordinateur, un avion, un blah, 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 blah. Okay. I'm just going to hop into the Google Doc for a moment and just add some miscellaneous words that we've learned. Right, so we've learned un stylo, which is a pen. We've learned un ordinateur, which is a computer. We have learned un avion, which is an airplane. Okay. Muy bien. Oh, muy bien, wrong language. That's Spanish. Okay. So tu as un ordinateur, tu as un avion. Okay, let's go back. We've done this maybe 5 minutes ago, but let's go back anyway. Tu peux nager. Tu peux nager. Tu peux. So tu peux. Think about what's peut. Take a second, process it. If you can't remember, hopefully you can remember. We've done it a couple times. Tu peux nager. Tu is you. Peux is can, right? Tu peux nager. Swim. Tu peux nager. I can't swim. How would we say that? I want everyone to take 15 seconds. Maybe if you're watching this recorded, pause it and maybe think about this. I highly encourage you to do that. Pause it. And I want you to think about how would you say, I'll write it in English over here. I can't swim. This is going to be really difficult. Really, really difficult for you, okay? This is combining. We've learned some concepts. I want you to combine these concepts to make the following sentence. I can't swim. I'm going to slowly coach you through it. If you don't want coaching through it and you're like, no, I just want to do it myself. No. Mute me, pause the video, like try yourself. But I'll give you a little bit of coaching. I'll give you one small hint. I'm going to write down a few sentences we've already seen. We saw, I can't, we saw, what was it? I don't speak French, right? Je ne parle pas français, right? We saw, je ne parle pas français. I don't speak French, which obviously I do, but we also saw I don't understand. Je ne comprends pas. Right? Je ne comprends pas. I don't understand. We've seen that one. I told you anytime we have a negative sentence, anything with don't, I don't speak French, I don't understand, I can't, blah, 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 blah. I told you before, we're always going to have this ne and this pas, right? I told that to you. So when we say I can't swim, right, you're going to need this ne and this pas, okay? Let me erase this here. Let's break this down together. Okay. What is the word for I? Je. So we're going to start with je. Okay. Je. Now, we know how to say can. We're going to write can in here. Peux. We have je peux, right? I can. How do we say swim? Right? Swim is nager. But this doesn't work because je peux nager, what does that mean? I can swim. We just said tu peux nager, you can swim. Je peux nager, I can swim. So what do? Well, we have to add our ne and our pas. Where does the ne go? Ne goes here. Je ne peux pas nager. Je ne peux pas nager. Okay. I'm going to add this into our Google Doc as well, into the miscellaneous section. So if you're watching the recorded or even the live version, doesn't matter. You'll just have that in there. Je ne peux pas nager. I can't swim. Okay. So if the grammar is if you're really struggling with the grammar, sometimes I see this a lot. People are like, whoa, that's so different than English. Whoa, my brain's hurting. Whoa, what do I do? Oh my goodness. Super common. I'm going to give you a really effective strategy to get over that. Because here's the thing about grammar. Grammar is like a fat turkey. Grammar is like a fat turkey. A really big, if you've never had turkey, think about whatever country you're from. I want you to think of a really heavy food. A heavy food that takes a long time to digest. Okay? Turkey with lots of stuffing, like a big steak, like whatever, I don't know, whatever food you have, okay? Think about that food. When you eat this food, let's say a big fat turkey, it's this big, this is how big our turkey is. I've eaten it. It's in my stomach. I've gained 2 pounds just from eating. Okay, lasagna, sure. Okay, once you've eaten this big turkey, your stomach needs so much time to digest that turkey. It needs so much time. Grammar is the same way. When there's a new grammatical point, like, whoa, this ne pas is nothing like in English. We don't have this, right? I'm introducing it to you, and your brain's like, what the heck is happening? Maybe it's easy, crossing your fingers. Maybe you've seen it before. Maybe it's super duper easy and you're fine, but maybe it's not, right? If it's not, and you're like, this is hard, here's what I want you to do. I'm going to write down a few things on here right now. Okay. I just want you to memorize a couple of phrases with je ne something pas. So I just want you to memorize je ne peux pas is I can't. Okay. I want you to just memorize this. Never mind the grammar. Never mind why there's a ne and a pas. Just memorize je ne peux pas. It means I can't. And I want you to memorize je ne sais pas. Je ne sais pas. I don't know. Just memorize these two phrases, nothing else. Je ne peux pas and je ne sais pas. Memorize those two phrases and nothing else. Never mind the grammar rules. Never mind all of that. Just memorize those two. And as you learn French, you're going to hear more sentences with this ne pas, and your brain eventually, like, oh, okay. Your brain's going to start to see patterns as you study it, and it's going to feel more natural. So if it feels overwhelming now, just memorize those two. If it's not overwhelming, everybody go into the Google Doc at this point. Okay. So everyone open the Google Doc up. The link is in the video description below in case you didn't know. If it's not overwhelming, you're like, I think I can do this. Let me explain how this works. Okay, so with negative sentences in French, we use a ne plus pas construction. Okay, it works like this. Okay, we'll have first the subject plus ne plus verb plus pas. So for example, so je ne peux pas equals I can't, right? So in this sentence, je ne peux pas. In the sentence, je ne peux pas, je is our subject, right? Ne is our ne, right? Peut is our verb. And pas is pas. Je ne peux pas. Right? If we look at another one, if I say like you, what did I say? You don't, or sorry, I don't know. Je ne sais pas. Right? Equals I don't know. So in this sentence, je is our subject as the last sentence. Right? Ne is ne. Ne is just ne. C'est is our verb. It means to know, or it means know, as in like K-N-O-W. And then we have pas, which is pas. Right? So all of our negative sentences in French, right, are going to follow this structure. Okay? And as a note, I'll make sure this is in the Google Doc as well. I'll make sure this is here. Side note. In casual speech, it is very common to not pronounce the, or not say rather, not say the ne. Not say the ne. So you might say, for example, je ne sais pas may be said as je sais pas, or je ne peux pas may be said as je sais, yes, je sais pas. Sorry, je peux pas. Okay. Let me quickly go to the live chat, see if there's any questions that have popped up. Nope, looks like we have no questions. Okay, this is probably a good point to jump in. In this course, when you're going through this on YouTube and you're going through all the notes, you're doing everything, I would highly recommend, highly recommend that you pause and stop as you need. What I mean by that is these videos might be long. This has already been going an hour and 20 minutes. We've done a lot of stuff. Pause, stop it, close it. When you feel tired, when you are full and your mind is full, stop, come back to it. I'm just doing it this way because it's just convenient for me to do it this way, to sit down and just get the class done as quickly as possible. And I think it's actually more convenient for you guys too, so that the people who are keeping up, you're not waiting for the next video all the time. I don't want you guys waiting. I want it all available so people can just work through and go through at your pace. And yeah, I really feel confident. I mean, once you guys get through all the videos and you get through all the content, you guys will have the ability to have a 5 to 10 minute conversation with native speakers or other French speakers. We're gonna do lots and lots of practice, lots and lots of stuff. We're gonna revisit things over and over, so that you are able to understand. This is also a good point to mention some homework. Perhaps some homework. It's kind of the same homework throughout, really. I need you to be sending, like, my phone should be lighting up at all times with your voice messages and your text messages. Instagram and Snapchat are probably the two best places. Facebook you could do as well, but I can't reply in voice message form on Facebook to correct pronunciation. Facebook, I can just listen to your voice messages and reply like via text, which is fine, totally fine if you're okay with that. But Instagram, Facebook, I can reply in voice message format. Let me grab some water here. Perfect. So this is a great place to kind of pause for a moment. I want everybody to actually take some time, whether it's now or later today at some point. I want you guys to send me some different sentences that you try and make using the vocabulary, using the things we've learned. Try saying them, try writing them. Any kind of sentences, can be silly, can be simple, can be whatever. If there's a word you don't know how to say, use some Google Translate, use some Lingui, use a dictionary, use a word reference, use something to find the words you're looking for. And yeah, so let's move on, shall we? So we've done some negative grammar stuff. We've done a bunch of basic phrases. We could do basic phrases for days on end, but I think we've done enough basic phrases for now. Let us move on to asking questions. Okay, so I'm going to type it into the Google Doc, but please keep your eyes on the screen. Okay. Okay. So asking questions. This is a pretty deep topic. This is something we can talk about a lot. Yeah, something we can do a lot, but let's at least get a little bit of an introduction today. Tessa says, comment dit-on I can't even en français? I don't know. I can't even. I don't know. Je peux plus. J'en peux plus. It doesn't translate very well. It's a very English thing. Oh, I can't even. It's a super English kind of construction. It's yeah, super duper English construction. Not sure, unfortunately, not sure. Okay. So everyone look at the screen. We're going to go through asking questions in French. Now, there's different ways you can ask questions in French. Okay. So the first thing you can do is you can actually ask questions, and this is pretty simple. You can actually ask questions simply by changing the tone and intonation of your voice. So if let's look at some of the different words and things that we've learned. We learned, for example, let's see here. We learned like I'm Canadian, right? Je suis Canadien. Je suis Canadien. Or if you're a girl, Canadienne. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. Girls, je suis Canadienne. Okay, we learned this. I am Canadian. Je suis Canadien or je suis Canadienne. We've learned this. All right. But if I wanted to make it a question, like if I was questioning myself, like, am I Canadian? Am I Canadian? I could literally change my intonation, my tone of voice and say, je suis Canadien. Huh? Je suis Canadien. Je suis Canadien. And you change your intonation and it makes it a question. So maybe a more practical sentence, like let's say you are Canadian, but for some reason I didn't know you're Canadian. And I was like surprised. And I wanted to like be like, you're Canadian? And like ask you like, oh, are you Canadian? I could say, huh? Tu es Canadien? Tu es Canadien? Tu es Canadien? So not to beat a dead horse, if you guys know the expression, but not to get repetitive, but I'm gonna drill this into your minds. Tu es, what is tu es? You are. So tu es Canadien? You're Canadian? Huh, cool. So you are able to basically, in most circumstances, you can transform a statement into a question simply by your tone of voice. This is something that can happen, which really simplifies life in many respects because grammar and all of that is complicated. And anytime you get something like where you can just change your tone of voice and make it into a question, something simple like that. We're like, hallelujah, thank goodness that is a thing. Okay, let's do a little bit of practice using some words and phrases we've already learned. Tu as un okay, so I'll say a sentence. So this is all using words that we've learned. Tu as un avion. Tu as un avion. I'll say it slower. Tu as un avion. Tu as un avion. I'll write that one down. Tu as un avion. Tu as un avion. What does that mean? So what is tu as? Right here. Tu as, you have. We've done this before. We're going to do this so many times. You're going to get it. If you don't get it now, if you're thinking to yourself as you're watching, oh, right, yeah, tu as, you have. Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting, right? Tu as un avion. It's like, do you have a plane? Right? Often, you know, and I'm actually noticing this right now as I'm like teaching it and as we're talking about it. Often there's a level of like surprise. It's almost like a little bit of shock. Like, you have a plane? Tu as un avion, right? Tu as un avion. This is one way you can ask questions. You take a statement, change your tone of voice. It can transform it into a question. Let's do another one. For example, let's introduce one new word while we're at it. Not a super difficult one. Elle. Okay. Elle is she. Okay. Just introduce one new word. Elle. So let's say we're talking. We're hanging out. We're doing our thing. You're in front of me. Let's say you speak French, and we're like, yeah, we're super fluent. We're talking in French, and there's like some girl over here to my right. Okay, to your left, I think. Maybe depends on if this camera mirrors me or not. To my right, there's a girl. I can say, hey, elle parle français. Elle parle français. Elle parle français. Elle parle français. So we just learned elle is she. Parle is speak. We've seen speak a bunch of times already. Français is French. Elle parle français. Elle parle français. Does she speak French? Right? Let's do another one. Let's do one more practice with this, then we'll move on to other forms of asking a question. I might say, let's say we're talking and this happens to me actually all the time. I got a great one, a really, really good one. I have a really good accent and pronunciation in French. So often I'll be talking to French people for the first time, and they'll say something like, ah, t'es français ou? So they'll say like, t'es français? Oops. So t'es français? I'm going to write this a couple ways. I'll say it properly. Tu es français? Tu es français will often sound like t'es français. T'es français. So I said tu es français. What is tu es? You are. You're French, as in like, are you French, right? Or even tu es, if you're being very casual, might get shortened to t'es, right? T'es français. T'es français. Or more correct or more proper, tu es français. T'es français. Are you French? Or word per word, you are French? Question mark. You're French? Question mark. T'es français. Tu es français. You can do that. Please note, this t'es, you never actually write this. This is not a written form. I just wrote it as you pronounce it. Yeah, t'es français. Tu es français. So this is one way that you may ask questions in French. Okay. Let's keep going with questions. There's other things you can do as well. So let's write down a couple things. And actually, let's actually do a nice summary of this way of asking French. So if everyone goes to the Google Doc, look in the Google Doc, please. We're going to write this, what we just said, in a very coherent, kind of nicely organized way. One simple way to ask questions in French is to Thank God I can type fast. I can type super fast. Fun fact, I can type like 100 words a minute, something like that. Like close to 100 words, a little over 100 words a minute. Super quick. So one simple way to ask questions in French is to simply change your tone of voice or intonation. Okay, so for example, right, you might say something like tu es français, or tu es français, which means you are French, right? Or tu es français with a question becomes, are you French? Right? Tu es français, you are French. Tu es français, are you French? Right? Or if we look at another example, if I said something like, as we said in this video, tu as un avion means you have a plane. But tu as un avion with a question mark becomes, do you have a plane? Right? So this is one very simple way to ask questions. So if everyone leaves the Google Doc, comes back to the screen, and looks back at me, we're going to work on this blackboard once again. Oh no, I have no water left. I've got some soup. Want some liquid. Let me just scrape the last bit of this. This is my lunch from earlier. Scrape the last bit of soup to get some liquid in my throat. Okay. What's in here? Oh yeah, okay. A little food itemy thing. So, the other way in French that you can ask questions is the following. Let me write this out for you. Let's take our speaking French, right? Or not speaking French, sorry, being French. Tu es français. Okay. So we've seen this example. Tu es français. You are French. The other way you can make questions in French is you can swap the position of the tu and the est. You can swap the position. I'll say that slowly. You can swap the position of our subject and our verb. Let me show you. So we can swap these and we can transform it. Okay, so this can become okay, this is 90% done. We're going to add a tiny thing in a moment. So notice we had tu es français. To make it into a question, we just swapped the position of tu and est. So now we have es, tu, français. Does that make sense? We just swapped them. There's a tiny little addition we have to make when we do this little swap. Right in here, we have to add a dash. A dash. That work? That didn't work very well, did it? Let's write that more neatly. Es-tu français? Es-tu français? Are you French? Word per word, this translates to, well, actually, this works really well to English. Are you French? It's actually super logical. Let's look at another example. I'm going to write this one just into the Google Doc quickly. Es-tu français? I'll elaborate on that later. Okay. Let's look at another example. Let's look at, for example, you can swim. We did that earlier, right? How do you say you can swim? As I write it, I want everybody to think Maybe write it in your book. How do you say you can swim? Okay. Tu peux nager is you can swim. Okay, right? Tu peux nager. You can swim. So let's follow the same structure we did last time. If we want to make this into a question, right, I could just say, tu peux nager, and I can change my intonation. That makes it into a question. Or, like I just said, we can swap the position of the subject, tu, and the verb, peut. So let's do our little fancy dancy arrows. So arrows, right? We swap the positions, and it becomes peut, tu, nager. Peux-tu nager? Right? We took the peu, we took the tu, we've swapped them. We've added a little dash in the middle. That dash is important, right? Peux-tu nager? It works beautifully in English. Can you swim? Amazingly easy. Okay. Let me give you one to try on your own. Let me give you one on your own. So I'm going to give you an English statement. Okay. Let's give you something like, let's do I. I speak French. Firstly, I want everybody to write this in French. You have the knowledge to do it. We've actually done it. I think we did it. Let me quickly scroll in the Google Doc. I'm like 99% sure. Well, it's a stretch. We did I don't speak French, but hopefully you can extrapolate from that and you can make that I don't speak French into I speak French. Hopefully. If not, don't worry, I'll help you. I will help you. It's okay. I speak French. Okay, if you're watching the recording, hit pause, write it down, pause, try and work it out, then hit play and we'll work it out together. Okay? So I, how do we say I? I is je. Right? Speak is parle. And then French is français. So I speak French. Je parle français. Right? The sentence we saw earlier was I don't speak French. Bonus points. Do you remember how to say that? I don't speak French. Je ne parle pas français. Okay, just for bonus points. We're not going to work with that now. I'll just cross those out. Okay. So if we want to make I speak French into a question, with the knowledge you have so far, you have two options. You can say, je parle français, and you can make a nice, just change your tone of voice, which probably would surprise you if someone's like, oh, if you're like, someone told you, oh, you speak French, and you're like, I do? I don't think I speak French. So you could almost like incredulously ask back, I speak French? Je parle français? Right? Or what can we do? We can swap the je and the parle. We can switch their positions. Let's do a little arrow. Let's try my best to do this without looking at the screen. Right? We can swap these positions. Right? That's a weird arrow, but work with me. Another weird arrow, but work with me, guys. We're going to have to add a dash as well. Right? There's our... I can't do it like that. Right? So we swap the positions. So parle, je, français. Parle je français. Again, such a strange sentence. You would never, hopefully, you would never be like asking, like, do I speak French? So this would be, do I speak French? Okay. let's type this nicely in a very concise way in the Google Doc, so people could open the Google Doc and you can follow along as I type here. Another way to ask questions in French is to reverse the position of the subject and the verb in a statement. For example, okay, tu es français. You are French. Es-tu français? Are you French? Right? Or we did, you can swim. Tu peux nager. You can swim. Or, peux-tu nager? Can you swim? Or can you swim? Okay. That is a second way that we can ask questions in French. I'm going to grab this little thing in my container. It's tempting me. It's a little foodie thing. Foodie thing. What a strange thing to say. A foodie thing. Okay. Let me check the live chat here. See if live viewers have any questions. Nope, I don't see any questions in the live chat. So that is good. Good. I think what we'll do here, let me see the time. Let's wrap this video up here. We're going to finish this video off here. I think we've gone long enough. I've got a couple things I want to do. It's 4:30 p.m. where I am. So perhaps we're going to get some homework here. If everybody goes into the Google Doc. I will give you some homework. Sorry, just chewing my food. That was not a good idea to eat the food while I was teaching. So, homework for everybody. I would like you to send me some sentences, anything you want, using the new vocabulary and phrases we learned today. I'd also like you to ask me some different questions. Ask me a question or two in French. Okay? Lastly, I'd like you to just write out and say a very short self-introduction. Self-introduction. Okay? Send these to me Send these to me via a text message and voice message on Snapchat/Instagram. My username is @polyglotazren, so that I'm able to correct them for you. Okay. Perfect. Well, thank you guys for watching. There's a lot of you watched it live for the whole thing, so thank you. For the people watching the recording, hope you learned something new and hope it was useful for you. And yeah, we'll talk next time. Bye for now. See you.